Hi guys, welcome back, Mr. Burden's class. This assignment is for my math models class. And this week we're talking about surveys, proportions, and how they pertain to percentages, which is something we've already gone over. Now I've given you the assignment in two different files. One file has the gallery walk, which consists of questions that look like that. And the other part is your answer sheet, which has all of this information. Let's clean that bottom line up a little bit so we're not messing up any of the pertinent information. So we've got important facts here, okay? And all of these facts right here are going to help you solve all of these type questions, okay? So when we look at this, we want to know what proportion, what amount, how many women in the U.S. use Facebook. Well, we know that we've identified 72% of women use Facebook, and when we're talking about percentage, we know that just as a little bit of a review, it is out of 100. Okay, now. That is to say, I'm not saying that 72 women in the U.S. use Facebook. That's not nearly enough. I've probably got more than 72 women friends on my Facebook. So we know that it's got to be more than the number 72. But it's saying that 72%, 72 out of every 100 women use Facebook. Okay? So when we are looking at this problem, we got to make sure that we're using the right information from our answer document here. Okay? And we're not talking about the entire U.S. population. We're not talking about the male population. We are talking about the U.S. female population. And I'm not sure how current these numbers are, but we're going to go with it for the purposes of problem solving. And when we look at the U.S. female population, we see that the population is 135 million, and that's versus 130 million male population who run the world girls. So I want to set up my ratio. Now, when I'm setting up my ratio, I know it's always out of 100 because we're dealing with percentages, and it was 72%. So 72 out of 100. Well, like we said, it's a lot more than 100 people. We're dealing with 135 million people. 135 million women. Now, we need to figure this out. How many of those 135 million women are using Facebook? Well, we know that 72% of them are, but what does that mean in terms of numbers? Well, good. If you have a calculator, this is the perfect time to use it. I have no problem with that. I know that we're dealing with big numbers right now. So bust out your calculator. The way that I've taught it in the past, and I try and teach it every which way, but one of the easiest ways and the best way to see it is to cross multiply. So I'm going to multiply this 72 times 135 million, and I'm going to get 972 or 9,720,000,000. Okay, and so I get that 972, and then let's count the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and just so I can see. Now, I know that my next step is to divide this number by 100, right? Okay, so I take that number and I divide it by 100. Another way to do that is to just cut off the last two zeros, right? Because we're dividing by 100. Now, what does that leave me with? That leaves me with 9. Let's get that pen back. 9, 7, 2. I got 5 zeros now. 5. So that leaves me with 97,200,000 women. So out of out of my, this is my total, right? My 100%. 100 out of 135 million, 97,200,000 women use Facebook. Now, another way that I could do this is I could divide these first. 72 divided by 100, which would give me 0.72. And then just multiply 0.72 times 135 million. Now, if I do that, I should get that same answer of 97,200,000. And I do. Okay. So, in working these out, make sure to set up your ratio in your percentage. Okay, your bottom number is always going to be 100. Your percentage will be up here. This will be your total. So typically in these problems that you're solving, it's going to be the U.S. population, the male population or the female population. And then you may have the amount and you're looking for the percentage over here. Or you may have the percentage and you're looking for the amount over here. Guys, I really hope this helps. Watch this as many times as you need to. And if you need to check in, you know that I'm online every morning from 10:30 to 12:20, and then in the afternoon from 1:10 to 3 o'clock. Hope everybody's doing well. Talk to you guys later.